girls, thanks so much for coming on and spending time with me today. So you listeners, who we have here is Darlene, the scan tester extraordinaire, and her beautiful client, Barbie. And Barbie's on her 6th strand, right?
Yeah, she's completed her
Yes.
6 strands.
Awesome. So Darlene, do you want to just go ahead and take it away and show us what you see?
So here's her strand 3 and 4. This was kind of in the middle of the survey. And as you can see, now what I've done now is I put people in categories, Barbie. So when you looked at the statistics, you saw the pie shape. And mainly here, you were pretty chronic. You had some severity, but look at where you were emotionally.
Yeah.
You were in the severely chronic phase. That means that, these are, emotions that you've been dealing with for a long time. And we know emotionally that your body has been fighting it. But here's 4th strand. So I would say you went more into balance after that. So even though your meridians are showing, in the 3rd and 4th, you pretty much went into, I would say you're more in the acute phase because you have more pink than you did blue or green. So I kind of do an overall, statistic on the dominant color that's verifying here. So when we go back and we compare your 1st strand with your 6th strand, I want you to kind of go back in time here. And this is what you were at the beginning. So what we said, you were mainly acute, okay? So you had a lot of pink. But then in the 6th strand, you've got a combination of, you're in the balance phase to acute. And here, you're acute, and then you've got more green showing. But then in the last page, you look at those areas of stressors, it's physical, it's, structural. So do you remember going through anything structural, a fall or anything with your knees or that would cause inflammation in those areas?
And that was that's the last test. So I'm trying to think back. I think let's see, I did have a problem with my knee for a while, and just feeling, now it feels fabulous, but it was hard to get up. I was feeling more stuff in my knee and a little bit a lower back, but now that's all gone though.
Yeah, it shows here your spinal misalignment. So do you go to a chiropractor?
I don't. I have a Saragem that usually keeps me in alignment, but yeah, so I don't really go to, but that kind of, because I can feel it going creak, 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 getting my alignment back in. I might not have been using that as much because I've been a volunteer for a lot of things. And so I've been busy, but so that might have been when I wasn't using it as much because I was in and out of the house quick and on calls a lot, things like that.
Okay. Was there a time when your device wasn't working that you went without it?
There was a time where one of them wasn't working because I always like to have 2, and because I'm part of the beginning, so we got more than one. So I always like to have 2. So for a while there, we had one that was not working. That's true.
Okay, so that was within that 2-month period before you sent the last strand.
I'm thinking, yeah.
Okay, so it was picking up on areas of stress. And so what I'm seeing here, it's looking more structural.
Okay.
And when we go back and look at where you're emotional, you're more acute. So you went from acute to, I would say, still acute. But here it's acute to chronic. So in the pie chart and in the statistics, I would consider you in the deep healing mode.
Okay.
Not
Great.
that your severity of your stressors, but we're still moving on. We're still getting these frequencies. And also I noticed with myself, the white device is going to be helping you in a lot of ways. So
Right.
right now, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm also feeling great. And I think I told you too, my husband has 9 fusions in his back. And that was just a shock for us when that all happened years ago. But I think we've had, because of stress in our lives and things that are going on, I think we've had kind of a rocky marriage for a while there, especially when things were black, because that was the emotional part. I was just really wigged out. And so, and then even the last, so, and then I evened out. And then I think that other time that you said in the 6th session, there was another thing where I was going to have to start making some decisions that I didn't know I wanted to make. And now things have kind of flowed again. So my emotions, I have to admit, I'm a super positive person, and I don't stay low very long, but maybe I'm stuffing it and I don't know. But so I want to be there for my husband, but at the same time, it's hard to be with someone that's in chronic pain. And so that can really get to you, even though I'm kind and stuff like that. Sometimes when they're in pain, they're not as nice. And so I've been dealing with that. And so, but yet I'm a positive person. So even if it's bad, here's my thing. I don't know if you want to know this, but if I get super depressed, I take a nap. I lay down for 30 minutes. I get up, boing, I'm happy again. So I have that going for me. And,
Yes.
but I know that I am under stress because of
And
this.
that's what this is doing. It's helping us sleep better. I just got through talking to a friend of mine who does the testing here, and she's a naturopath. And I told her, I said, the one thing she hasn't experienced this yet, but I told her, I said, what's the one thing that causes death? It's sleep deprivation. A lot of people don't know that, but you're repairing your cells and you're getting better. So it shows in your reports. Your reports are, they've gotten better, but yet, you're still in a deep healing mode. You're still going through emotional stress, and you're still going through structural stress. So it's just going to take a little bit longer. And
Right.
then I can see this progressing to a balance phase.
There was a lot of green on that report, right? I mean, wasn't like pages, I felt like one whole page was green.
Yes, and that's why I'm saying people, when I put them in categories like that, but the overall chronic, outweighs the green. So I pretty much go to the next phase. But she's still healing. I mean, there's still categories in there that, emotional, physical, but mainly her stressors were in the structural. So, you have to look at that area of stress. So,
And on our call the other day, they mentioned that it tends to go to your spine, or it does go to your structure when you're under trauma and stuff like that. And I'm not even sometimes aware I'm under trauma. I guess stress is trauma. I didn't know that. So I'm learning a lot. The other thing too is I was using, because we kept hearing that if you put them on the devices on your feet, oh my gosh, that really helped me sleep. And then I didn't for the last 2 weeks. I was doing it like, my lower back or other places. And I thought last night, I'm just going to put them, and I wasn't sleeping as well. I mean, I was sleeping, but I was waking up a little bit during the night. And I put them on my feet last night and slept like a baby. It was wonderful.
How did you put them on your feet? Did you wear socks or?
Yes, I've got those socks
in
that have a little bit of a lip on them over your ankle. So not the little tiny ones, but the middle ones. So I put it in the sock and I make the light go towards my foot, and then I put my foot on top of it as I get into the sock. And so that's what I do. And that way they stay in place. So that works great for me. And then one other thing too, I sometimes can be a night owl because I'm so worried about my country that I'm looking and looking for information because I want to know what's going on and how can I help and stuff. So sometimes I don't get to bed as early as I should. So I need to work on that. But I got to tell you, putting those devices on my feet is amazing.
And spot, and
Interesting.
also, you know, rub some lavender oil on your feet and then put the device. It'll
Thank you.
help it penetrate. And also, I had a woman, she had fungus all on her feet. So she came to me the first time, and then she put the device on her feet, and I had her spraying MMS on her feet. And when she came back 2 months later, the fungus is totally gone. Her numbers moved considerably. So anything we're doing, it amplifies. And it also allows, when you put them on your feet, well, that's where a lot of the meridians are, your liver, your spleen, your pancreas, everything is, a lot of meridians are in your feet. So you're giving that device those frequencies, you're opening up those chakras and the meridian, well, meridians are energy pathways to our organs. So it's allowing that frequency to go to those organs and giving our body a biofeedback type of action.
I
Cool.
love that you're
So
explaining this, because that's so cool to know that, because how would I or the regular person know that stuff? I'm sorry, Tracee, go ahead.
no, it's all good. So what I'm visualizing is, I know that meridians get these blockages. It's like, I call it a traffic jam. So that's why the cells aren't able to communicate properly. So what I'm visualizing is these frequencies are able to go into your meridian and remove that blockage so that the information can
Be
pass
received.
through them better,
Mhm.
right? Is that what you're saying?
Right. Yes.
Cool.
And then, you know, in the world I live in, you know, when I pick up the stressors, our problems are our remedy. So the device is already programmed. It already knows. So it's going in there and saying, okay, no, your spleen needs work today. No, your liver needs work today. You know, so you know, our bodies are innate, you know, intelligence. We don't know. We don't even know where our breakfast went yesterday, right? So this does what it does. It's doing it for us. We just have to, you know, the consistency of wearing it. That's the only thing we have to do, really.
Cool.
Because I have a sister-in-law who doesn't do anything, no lifestyle changed. And I did reports on her, and she is totally almost in the balance phase.
Mm-hmm.
And she was always in the red, always in
After
the,
how long? How long has it been?
she's been with the device for about 9 months.
So why would some people notice changes faster than others, and other people it takes a long time before they really notice anything?
Well, they have more issues to address. There's more blockage. And it's
Okay.
just taking longer for those frequencies to work on it. That's why I'm saying we're in deep healing mode, not worse, or, you know, we're just going to keep getting better. Just keep getting better.
So would it be accurate to say that they just have more layers of the onion to peel back?
Yes. I would say it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Is there anything you'd like to say in closing, Barbie, about how you're feeling these days?
Well, lately I've been feeling really good. And also some of that stress I was telling you about is starting to be eliminated. So that's huge. Also being with this group with QHS, we've actually made friends on our calls and stuff like that. It's just been like, you've got best friends on Zoom. Are you kidding me? But there's so much joy and happiness around there. And I know that when I let my life have joy and happiness around me, I'm just like, got so much energy. But so anyway, I do wear my devices all the time. I know that was done, number 6 was done a while back. I am feeling really good. My knee is totally healed. There's nothing wrong with it now, or before, you know, I had to be ginger with it. And so I'm feeling really positive. That's all I can tell you. I feel great and I feel positive.
Awesome. Thank you,
Yeah.
Barbie. What about you, Darlene?
Well, I'm feeling stronger every day. I have less pain. I'm able to, I was able to lift more weights today than I normally am. And I'm able to reach, and I'm able to put my bra on by myself. Usually I have to have John pull me down. I mean, that's pretty bad. You know, I was a hairdresser for 45 years. So, you know, and they've told me I need surgery in both arms. No, my cartilage, I noticed with this white device, it's taken away, you know, the pain. The black device was too, but this is alleviated all of it. So that's a good plus. And I love feeling younger. I love feeling younger.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. I feel 10 years younger. I really do. When I was at the gym today, I thought, wait a second, there's that pull-up machine, and I was doing a heavier weight than I've ever been able to do before. And I don't feel fatigued afterwards. You know, usually you feel fatigued or I would always have this drainage feeling that you know, like, okay, that's all I can do. No, and here I am, I feel more energized. So if we can sleep better and energize our bodies, then, you know, we're going to be healing consistently.
You know, you just made me realize something, Darlene. So I got my device in March and I was never able to do pull-ups before. Now I can do lots of pull-ups.
I think what it's doing is working on our cartilage, our connective tissues. Because when the other MSA that I'm doing now with the new survey, I'm picking up a lot of people their connective tissues are inflamed right now. So it'll be interesting when the new members start using this and I can see the results. When I went and tested myself, yeah, I'm more in the balance phase now with my cartilage.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, I could only get like to here, but now I can do, the other day I did 45. So
those are things,
I think it's helping.
Yeah, we could just challenge our bodies and see how we progress over time. You know, and weight-bearing exercises are important for women because it does aid to calcium to your bones. So it's a necessary exercise that women should do if you can do it. I saw a woman in there today and she had her little, you know, walker, and she was right there on the weight machine with her phone. I should have took a picture of it, but you know, at least she went there and tried, you know.
Yeah.
And this woman was old. I'd say she was at least in her 80s. You know,
so it is so important for balance, for joint health. I mean, strength training is super duper important. One of my favorite stories is there was this woman who walked into her local YMCA when she was 73 years old. And there was a sign on the wall that said weightlifting competition. And she said to the kid, hey, can I do that? And he's like, go for it, Granny. So she started off with 5-pound dumbbells. Fast forward, 4 years later, she was 77. She weighed 110 pounds and she could deadlift 220.
Wow.
It made national TV. And then like a few years later, I saw her on TV again because some intruder broke into her house and she tipped over her kitchen table, broke a leg off and started beating him with the leg to get him, and held him till the police came. And she was 80. Can you imagine? Wow. So strength training and she had confidence because the more strength training we do, like look at you today, you developed so much confidence by being able to lift more. It's so empowering.
And I will tell you, it's been 3 years that I've been able to do this because I had that little setback with my surgery. So yeah, you know, we're in a great place to be a part of this project.
Oh yeah. One of my humanitarian projects I wanted to do, well, before QHS, of course, but I wanted to open up little CrossFit gyms all around that were targeted just for women, And that helped the beginner experience so that they felt supported and, you know, that they felt confident and they didn't like worry about walking into a gym and being overwhelmed or feeling less than. So I thought that would be kind of a fun thing, you know?
Mhm.
So anyway, all right,
Well,
beautiful
Barbie,
girls. Huh?
well, bless your husband. I pray for his pain to go away and where you can both be in a happy world together.
Got in that arc. Yeah. I will tell you real quick. So I haven't been really working out much, but I've been doing yoga. So I went the other day to just even do the elliptical, right? And I thought I started out, I'm like, oh, this is, and I kept making it go. I could not believe how easy it was. And I haven't been
Yes.
elliptical probably in 9 months.
So yeah,
So
the
that was
cardio,
neat. So
the
guess what? I'm
cardio
getting
is
back in the
working.
gym, ladies. Getting back in, especially after this
Good.
conversation.
All right.
Good. And those endorphins will kick in. I'm going to tell you, my husband has his own company and he came home yesterday and he was exhausted. He was just wiped out and he grabbed his mountain bike, went on a ride, came back, felt like $1,000,000. So
Yeah.
even if we're tired, we need to go and move because it will
Right.
recharge us, give us a second wind.
Right.
So
Thank you.
Yeah.
all right, beautiful girls. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out and I'll see you on the call later.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye,
Bye.
you guys.